got my work cut out for me, and why you shouldn't elect a police chief. You should have some sort of accountability.
Vinita residents will vote on a proposed ordinance to change the title of police chief from an elected position to an appointed one. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chin Doan. The mayor says this has come to a vote twice, and both times it was not approved, but says past votes included the appointment of several positions in the city. News on 6's Ashlyn Brothers is in the newsroom with those details. Ashlyn?
Chin, 2 council members voted against the proposed ordinance, expressing their concern for taking the vote away from the people. Now, one young woman is asking voters ahead of the election in June to not be narrow-minded, but rather take a chance. Sarah Young stood before the Vinita City Council this week to speak her truth in a call for change.
We are the evidence.
It was fall of 2020. Sarah was 17 when she says someone she knew raped her. She says she reported it to Vinita police, had a sexual assault exam, and did everything by the book.
Okay, wake up, go to work, do your school. Just make it to tomorrow.
We first told you about this in November when Sarah's mom told us her daughter's SANE kit sat in the evidence room at the Vinita Police Department for 377 days.
Why wasn't I important enough to be sent off to the investigators? Why wasn't I important?
Agencies must submit a kit to a lab within 20 days of receiving it and provide a tracking number if the victim files a report with law enforcement as required by state law.
The public has the right to know that the mishandling of my case is a direct result of untrained, unexperienced officers.
Mayor Chuck Hoskins says the city council reviewed a proposed ordinance on Tuesday, first passed out of a public safety committee meeting in November. Sarah's dad, Councilman Young, is on that committee. The ordinance calls on Vinita residents to vote to make the police chief an appointed position instead of an elected one.
The council and city can confirm that the future police chiefs have proper credentials, experience, skills, education.
The council voted 6-2 in favor of the ordinance appearing on the ballot during the primary election in June.
This is not an action for or against any police chief. It doesn't provide for removal of the chief or automatic appointment.
Sarah says she's still waiting for answers.
I'll never be who I was before.
But she says in time, she's found her voice and unbelievable strength.
You realize you do have a purpose here.
Mayor Hoskins says this doesn't impact the current chief, and if passed, it wouldn't go into effect until after his 4-year term ends in April of 2023. The next chief would be appointed by the mayor and confirmed by the council for any length of time. I reached out to Chief Babcock for comment and haven't heard back yet. Ashlyn Brothers, Oklahoma Zone, News on 6.